906 days. That's exactly how many days I've been playing raid to finally get to this point where I obtained this legendary champion finally in the game. According to my forum profile, that's May 21st, when Mossbeard or Goptek Mossbeard was launched, a fusion champion. That's when I joined the game, and finally I'm able to get this champion and complete all the missions right there. First it was Arbiter, and now it's this champion, Ramantu DrakesBlood. Yes, finally in my inventory. It has taken me exactly those number of days. That's 29 months of playing raid to finally get here. It's a proud moment, and I wanted to show it off in a video like this to show that it's not easy to get to this point. It's going to take you maybe even longer, because if you're not as consistent and you play daily as I did, as part of, you know, creating content for raid also. So this champion, the question is it worth it? In this video I want to give you some tips that will help you get to this point more easily, so you can prepare ahead, because the missions do have some hiccups along the way which will get you stuck for a week, 2 or even 2 months. Some missions like that, and those in this to get this guy can get you stuck in that mission for about 2 to 3 months before you can get past it. So I'll give you all the tips that brought me to this point, and then at the end of this video I'll let you know whether he's worth it or not. Of course, I don't know much about him. I've not built him, I've not used him before. I've seen him being used sometimes in PvP content, but I'm gonna actually look at his skills to see if he's worth it. So let's head over to the tips I have for you to finally obtain your own Ramantu DrakesBlood. The first tip I'll give to you is to save all glyphs, 5 to 6 star glyphs. That's what I'm talking about. So if I head over to my artifacts, where is it? And glyphs. That's the first tip I have for you right now. If you're doing the Arbiter missions, or if you're heading towards Ramantu missions, these glyphs, do not touch them. I'm talking about the 5 to 6 star glyphs. So if you head over to your glyphs and you see your 5 star, 6 star, do not use them. You only use these glyphs when this Ramantu DrakesBlood mission requires you to use glyphs to take a champion to max ascension, or max glyphs. That's what it's called, right? Max substats, yes. So a mission will come up that requires you to take artifacts to max substats, to use glyphs on them. That's when you use them. So for now, so what do you use to level up your champions that you're building? Use 4 star glyphs and below. That's number one tip that most people get stuck in, because you don't get a lot of glyphs from fighting, or if you don't fight the what do you call it now, this faction wars regularly, you will not get a lot of 5 star glyphs. Even if you farm it regularly, you might end up getting 4 star, 4 star, 4 star. So these missions require you to max out 5 star max or 6 star max artifacts, so you have to use these glyphs for them. So if you head over, speed glyphs is the only exception that you can use on your speed boosters, but the rest of the glyphs, I'm telling you, don't use them at all until that mission requires you to do so. That's the first tip I'll tell you, because if you spend it all and then the mission requires you to take the champion to 5 star max ascension, max substats, you will not be able to do it. So the only thing I did, if I go to my Arbiter, you see what I'm talking about. Check out Arbiter's artifacts. Max. This is what you want to save it for. These missions require you to use glyphs, 5 and 6 star glyphs, to max out. So the 5 star ones are easier to max out than the 6 star ones. So you want to be saving both of them. So right there, that's what. But I think speed is an exception. You can always spend your speed glyphs to get max for speed, but the rest, save it until that mission comes along. All right, the next tip that I have for you to obtain what do you call it now? I didn't even know the name. Ramantu more easily, so you don't get stuck along the way, is to save all your 3 star gold bars, your 3v3 gold bars, I mean. So if you head over to the 3v3 arena right there, most people come in here. You've already claimed Drakestar. Drakestar is the only valuable thing you can buy from here as a beginner player in raid, right? So you've already obtained Drakestar. You're like, what else should I be spending my gold bars on? Well, whenever this energy comes up, you buy. Whenever this ancient shard comes up, you buy. If the XP book is something you appreciate so much, you can also buy. But if you've not yet beat the Ramantu missions, after you buy energy and you buy this gem, this ancient shard, don't buy anything else. Whether you're in bronze, whether you're in silver, don't buy anything else. Don't buy it. Whether you're in gold, don't buy. Wait for when that Ramantu mission requires you to spend 15,000 gold bars, 30,000 gold bars. That's when you spend those gold bars you've been saving, because that's not the time to start saving gold bars. It takes a lot of time to save those gold bars, so the best time to spend it is when the mission requires you to do so. So Drakestar is gone. That's the only valuable thing you can buy from here. Don't come in here and start buying type charm and substat charm every day, ending up with 1,000 gold bars, 2,000 gold bars, when a mission is coming that requires you to spend 30,000 gold bars. That's the number 2. Even these accessories, I don't buy them because they usually give me 4 to 5 star trash stuff. But now that I'm in the gold aspect, I can begin to buy this one. If you know you have 30,000 gold bars, 50,000 gold bars, you can begin to spend on stuff like this. So knowing that I finished the Ramantu missions, that's why I came here and I bought this secret shard, because I'm no longer saving my gold bars for anything else, right? So even if I have 25k right there, I might decide to buy this legendary skill tome, so I can begin to spend on things that are no longer important to me. So that's what I'll be spending on right now, because there is no mission that requires. I can even spend on this right now because now it's cheap. I can afford it. That's a 5-star one right there. So epic skill tome, not worth it. Void, totally worth it. 4-star, 5-star chicken, not worth spending on at all. So that's something you should save for. All your gold bars should be saved towards that mission. All right, the third point that I'll give to you that made it possible and easier for me to obtain this Ramantu that did not allow me to get stuck is my ability to beat Doom Tower hard secret rooms. Now, of course, you beat Faction War first. I don't even need to talk about Faction War because we know that's the next thing before even Doom Tower. After you finish Faction War 21, this Doom Tower hard secret rooms is the next thing to focus on. Even if you're getting stuck at the bosses, or when you finally beat all the bosses, you begin to build special champions for these Doom Tower secret rooms. Why are they so special? Why are they so difficult? Why should you even prepare for them? Is because they require you to build champions that you normally would not. I'm talking about, if I head over, well, not this one. If I head over to this secret room 12, is it this one? Check out. It made me take this champion to 6-star. Well, it made me use a 5-star. This is not a good example, but these secret rooms require to build special champions. That's what I'm taking. Especially rare champions that you normally not take to 6-star. I'm looking for that one that made me build rare champions, especially that I would not normally take to 6-star. This is it. I went all out of my way to build 2 of these champions that I did not have at 6-star, and this mission made me do it. So you should prepare for these secret room missions. They require you to build special champions, and you need a lot of stun sets, because by the time you get to Faction Wars, I know that those Faction War requires a lot of stun sets. So I'm hoping by then you have a lot of stun sets, whether they are trash or not. Keep a lot of stun sets because you need it to get through this secret rooms mission, especially those rare secret rooms. Those are the difficult ones. The epics, you might get through them, you might have the epics built and all that already, but the rare secret rooms, the one that requires to use rare champions from a particular attack only or something like that, those are extremely difficult to get past. And yeah, these ones are kind of easy. They're just epics, right? I'm looking for those rare secret rooms missions to show. This is also epics, particular faction. Those ones are easy. Yeah, again, here they come again. I had to take this damn champion to 6-star just because of this mission, Berserker. You don't need to take them to 6-star. They can do it fine at 5-star, but I thought it would be better to put it on auto farm when they're all 6-star. But I didn't need to take this one to 6-star. Now I do have separate videos pinned above here to show you how I beat these secret rooms in detail, the champion, their stats and everything. So check that out. This is one of the most difficult missions that people get stuck in this Ramantu mission, because it requires you to beat all these floors, all of them, not beat all and miss one. No, you need to beat all 12 secret rooms. That's one of the most difficult missions. And of course, the bosses, getting to the boss at the top is kind of easy, I guess. But the secret rooms will drain your resources. It will make you building champions you will normally not build. So Faction Wars first, secret rooms second. Use all those stun gears and you get through them. All right, the third and final point, right? No, the fourth point that I have for you is just to be patient. That's the final point right there. These missions are not something you come in here. Let me head over to the Noob to Pro and show you. It's not something you come in here and begin to beat. The Noob to Pro just recently beat the Arbiter missions, and now a mission required me to beat clear stage 14 of Barbarian Crypt. Am I going to start building War Maiden right now, 50, start building champion just to beat it? No. There are other things in Raid to focus on. You have Dragon to farm. You have Clan Boss to focus on. You have a lot of things to do at the same time. This should not be your number one priority. That's what I'm trying to say. When you finally have nothing else to do, that's when you go build a team that can beat the Barbarian Crypt. I'm saying don't let this DrakesBlood mission be your number one priority, because it will derail your entire account progression. Start building champions that are not going to be used everywhere. Like if I build a World Maiden right now to 5-star, she will be just for that Barbarian Crypt, but she will not feature in any of my teams. That's not a way to go about them. When I finally get Farakin the Fat and all those people that will come in here and beat this mission without me trying. So don't focus on the mission solely. Just be patient and take it one day at a time. Most people finish it at an earlier day than 906 days like I did, or more than 2 years. But I decided to take my time with it, so don't rush it. So the question is, will the champion be even worth it when you finally get him? Let me head over back to my champion and show you if he will be worth it, because I do not even know what this champion is all about, but I know one of his main things is being able to lock out the enemy's passive, right? I think that's one thing that he brings to the battle that no other champion has in Raid, I guess, or he is the one that has a unique thing that with it. So let me see right there. I think it should be this A3. Attacks all enemies, right? Has the 80% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies before attacking. That's basically a, what do you call it? Madam Series. 100% chance when booked of removing all buffs from all enemies. After he removes all buffs, what does he do? He also has a 80% booked to 100% of placing block active skills for 2 turns on enemies without passive skills. So if an enemy does not have a passive skill, most enemies do have passive skills. He will place block active skills. If the enemies have passive skill though, what will he do? Has a 80% chance of placing block active skills. Has a 80% chance of placing block passive skills on enemies that have passive skill. Oh, I get it. So if they have passive skills, he will not block their active skills. But if they have active skills, he will block their passive skills instead if they have. It's a weird one. Can he not just place block active and passive skills on them at the same time? That would have been better. That would have been far better. But that's a condition right there. Also has an 80% chance of placing. I think he blocks both of them. No, I don't think he blocks both of them. I'll try him out in content and see what happens with this skill. But I think this is what he's best known for. He can remove buffs and then make them not use their passives. Or if they don't have passive, they won't use their active skills. They'll use their A1s. That's a nice one, I guess. It's kind of unique, like I said, and that's what he brings to the battle on a 3-turn cooldown. Let me see what else he brings to the battle. The first hit has a 75% chance of, he attacks 4 times. One enemy 4 times. Decrease defense right there. Second hit, weaken. Third hit, decrease speed. And the 4th hit, block buff. Debuff for 2 turns. That's a lot of debuff to place on one champion. He should have spread it around to all the other enemies then. Damn. Also has a book to 100% chance of placing True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn if the target has 4 or more debuffs after this attack. Do I want to open the battle with this skill or the next one? It depends if they have buffs or not. If they have buffs, he can start with the A3, I guess. But if they don't have buffs, he target one of their damage dealer and put all these debuffs on them and fear the rest of the enemies. Now, it seems like all these skills do need accuracy, so this champion needs to be built in high accuracy. I don't know about his multiplier yet to see if he's built in a damage dealer way or as a tank. But I guess with somebody who needs this high amount of accuracy, he will most likely build in just a squishy way where he goes fast and goes second most of the time after your speed booster. Alright, on a passive, whenever an enemy places a stun, sleep or freeze, all that on this champion, will instantly fill this champion's stun meter by 30% and place increased speed, buff and shield. So if he receives any of these debuffs that are CC, he will just gain 30% stun meters, speed and all that, and shield also. The shield buff is equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. That's a nice passive, I guess. It will allow him to come forward in time, but I don't think anybody is trying to do stun, sleep, or freeze. No. Sleep is something that most Kaimers will do. Most Kaimers will open with their sleep. So if you try to sleep him, what does it cleanse it? I think so. Yes. Whenever this time places this debuff on the champion, will instantly freeze the champion turn meter. He did not say he will cleanse the sleep or the freeze or the provoke like a Foley will do. Foley will just cleanse it and then take a turn, I guess. That's a nice passive. I'll test it out to see if he will cleanse it or he will be slept and gain a turn meter increase. On the A1, attacks one enemy, 75% chance of increasing the cooldown of one of these targets. Increasing the cooldown of one of the target's skill at random by 1 turn. 25% chance of placing stun debuff on the target for 1 turn if the skill has its cooldown increased by the max. So you can just target somebody and make their cooldown go higher, and they will be stunned if the skill is already at the high max. Wow. If the cooldown increases is successful, will also decrease the cooldown of one random skill. Wow. On the ally with the highest turn meter. That's a nice way to help your allies gain a turn meter feel or get their skill going. Anyways, Ramantu looks complicated. That's my verdict. From you see me struggling to understand his skills. It's not something you can just read and get it. I think I have to put him into battle to test it out or check out some videos to see how he's performing in content. So that's Ramantu DrakesBlood. I just wanted to showcase him in this video. Don't worry about me claiming him so sudden. I do have a lot of champions backed up in my summoning portal that I can use during CVC or during champion chase for the next fusion. So I'm not concerned about this one. I do want to build this champion to max immediately and begin to enjoy him, because that's my sweat and time spent. 906 days to get him, and I also do have a Krisk to build. So those two champions will come into my champion pool soon. For now, I just have to build them out first and understand how they work. Let me know what you think about this champion, Ramantu DrakesBlood, if you think he's worth all the hype. I think he's an awesome champion to own in raid. It's a huge flex. Most people get him and never use him in any content. I'm talking about PvP, PvE. They never use him because they feel like they have better champions who does what he does. So I will use him, I guess, if he serves that purpose in 3v3 arena especially, or he will be a flex role for me where when they say put one champion as your defense champion, I can just put him in to show that yes, I got him. Alright guys, that's a huge flex for me right now in this video. Hit that like button for me. Ramantu DrakesBlood, worth it or not? Let me know what you think about it. And where are you currently? Are you stuck on any part of these missions to get DrakesBlood? And I'd like to hear your comment below if you think this champion is worth it or totally not worth it. Compared to the Arbiter, who changes people's games, I think he also has the potential of doing that for endgame players who know how to build and use him. For now, I'll learn more about him, and later, maybe one day, maybe 3 months along the line, I'll do a champion guide about him. But not today. Good night, guys.